Today we have a little bit of a strange video. We're going to be reacting to a very old video by Moist Critical, The Thing I Hate About Anime. This video has been on my recommended feed. It's gotta be years at this point, and I never actually watched it. And now that I am an anime viewer, I thought it'd be fun to actually make a reaction video to this. Get it? Dude, hang on. When was last time he uploaded this video? Let me see. It was uploaded 4 years ago, dude. So I don't know how this one's gonna go. I don't know what he's gonna talk about, but I'm finally watching it.
This is a video I've debated making for the last week or so.
Look at the difference, man. Look at the difference 4 years ago. It's crazy.
First time in the 15 years I've been on YouTube, it's a video that I've actually been afraid to make because it's a dangerous topic. It's touchy. It's anime. And anime fans can get wild.
It's ridiculous, and I will never understand that about certain fandoms, man. Like, I like watching anime shows. I don't understand why people get so, like, ridiculous over, like, certain takes when it comes to things like that.
I always say war is hell, but I think war is child's play compared to an argument with a weeb. I also recently learned about antimatter, and it's the only thing in the universe that releases 100% of its energy in, like, this devastating explosion. And that's also wrong, because weebs do that too when they find out that you don't like their favorite.
When you know, when he first brought that up, I was like, what's that have to do with anime? But
the point I'm making is things can get very ugly when you criticize or talk about anime negatively. Expect an unholy, diabolical meltdown on Twitter.
Is that what he hates about anime? Because the video is titled, again, you can see at the top, The Thing I Hate About Anime. Is it the fact that everybody's like overly passionate? Because I definitely understand that. You know what video I'm going to be making? I'm going to be talking about how I hate that manga readers are always spoiling everything.
Attacking you for weeks for it. I still, to this day, have not heard the end of how wrong I am for not liking JoJo's Part 3 and 4 as much as I liked Parts 1 and 2. And I mentioned that a single time in a video over a year ago. So let that shit sink in.
Dude, and I guarantee he's gonna get comments like, this is the guy, I'm sorry, I don't remember what part it was. Oh yeah, same guy who didn't like JoJo's Part 4, by the way. But the thing is, they say that like it's some like awesome dig.
For what it's worth, I just finished Part 5. That shit slapped. Part 5 was great. So let's get to what I want to talk about today.
Different.
The main thing that I just dislike about anime. I'm sure all of you know by now, but I watch a lot of anime. You could probably guess that just by taking a single glance at me. If I walk by you in public, you would probably assume that I watched anime just by the way I look.
Hey, you know what's funny? Even just 4 years ago, like we're 4 years in the future now, and anime is more mainstream than ever. It's like selling out movie theaters and stuff. It's crazy.
I stared too long into the abyss of anime, and it stared back into me. I even bought a body pillow at one point, so
wow.
You know, God bless. But the thing is, no matter how much anime I watch, there is one thing that always makes me uncomfortable with how common it is in the medium. And you probably already know what I'm going to bring up. It's anime's fixation on making all of the characters kids or...
Oh, that's what I hate too. Dude, especially when it gets to like a sexual type thing. Dude, a while ago, I think it's been going on a year now probably. I was scrolling on Crunchyroll, High Dive, whatever it was. And I found this show called Clockwork Planet. I was like, I watched the trailer to it. I read the theme to it, like an entire city, like run by clockwork. It's kind of fun. It's kind of weird, kind of interesting. I found the premise to it interesting. I click on it. I watch an episode, and you already have like the girl who looks like she's like 9 going, and then there's a shower scene with her. I'm like, nah, I'm not watching the show anymore. I don't understand how people can defend that stuff.
Or very kid-like for no reason. Now, I'm not specifically talking about lollies. I'm sure you know what lollies are. If you don't, you know, all power to you.
I don't know the actual term for lollies. If I had to guess, which I could be completely wrong, is it the thing where you have a character who is like 1,000 years old but a kid? I don't know.
Innocence is intact. But I'll go ahead and ruin Christmas for you.
Oh.
Lollies are an anime where they have a character that looks like a child,
but
is actually a 4,000-year-old dragon cum vampire who's highly sexualized but looks like a child.
Dude, anybody who watches that, anybody who produces that, check their hard drives. How could you even be comfortable with watching such a thing?
They're called lollies. They're not actually children because in the show they're supposed to be much older, but they look like kids, and it's pretty weird. That shit's always going to be weird to me, but it's not even exactly what I'm focusing on here. I'm talking about in the shows where they just actually outright make them children. For example, Tokyo Revengers. It's a show I really like. It's a show I moist metered recently. The first season wrapped up. I gave it like a 90%. I thought the show was fantastic. But in the show, all of the characters are middle schoolers.
I actually hate that too. I didn't know if he was going to get into the whole sexual component, which there's absolutely no defending. But I get, like, I've heard people saying, like, it's relatable, but, like, I know, I guess I can relate to being a kid, but if you're, like, having these, like, world-ending things happening to you, like so many animes, then I would say that it would make more sense for the character to be an adult. That's why I really enjoyed Hell's Paradise, and I haven't watched the second season, so manga readers, don't spoil that for me, please. I enjoyed that because it was really refreshing, because I really like anime shows, and I like that everybody was an adult. Something that really got affected for me was Code Geass, and I was actually just talking to somebody about this. I liked Code Geass, but I thought it was so weird how you had this leader of the military, savior of the world. Oh, I gotta go to school tomorrow. Like, it's so cringe to me. It's so weird.
And it does nothing for the plot because they're middle schoolers, but you never see their parents. Their schools don't have any effect on the plot at all. Sometimes they'll be in school, but they immediately leave, so it's not like integral to the plot at all. Most of the time, they just don't go, and that's not even a plot point. Like, oh, I'm skipping school, I'm fucking dope and breaking rules, I'm a bad boy. It is literally them just middle schoolers, but they're basically just adults anyway. They have motorcycles that they ride around. They get in gang fights and shit like that. So the question becomes, why make them middle schoolers? Why keep driving home this idea that these characters are 14 and 15?
I've always wondered that as well. The only thing that I've gotten is it's relatable, but I feel like it'd be more relatable. Like, I just feel like it'd be better if they were adults, and I know it's easy to say as an adult.
It just makes it really weird when they do adult shit, like one of the girls trying to fuck one of the guys, and she's in like her bra and panties about to have sex. It's weird because they've drilled into you that these are all middle schoolers around here. But they didn't need to be. These could have very easily just been adults.
There's also a lot of them too where you're looking at these characters and they're like, oh yeah, these are middle schoolers, and the characters are like written like it's like the opposite of Lolly, like where the characters like look like they're adults, you know?
If you took a tally of every single protagonist across every anime ever made, I'd wager about 85% of all main characters in anime are 15 years old. That is the most common age of every character of every major anime.
Now, what I do like is I'm thinking something like Attack on Titan, where you start off with the kid has his superpowers, whatever, and then we watch him grow into an adult.
But it never plays a role in anything, them being kids. You know, it's not like that's ever an actual point in these shows, like, oh, fuck, I can't go to this gang fight because I have to go do my algebra homework, otherwise my parents are going to spank me, and dad's going to bring out the belt and take away my PlayStation.
Wow.
The characters being children is always just so useless because they could have easily just been adults and it wouldn't have taken away from anything.
And then you could have added a lot more mature themes. Like, if for those people obsessed with having sex scenes in their anime shows, just make your characters adults. Then it's acceptable.
It's just weird. I don't really get it. And what really prompted me to make this video, or make me want to make this video over the last week or so, is I'm watching a currently airing anime called Platinum End, and it's dog shit. It is an actual pair of bull nuts. It's terrible.
Why are you watching it then?
But I'm watching it because it's made by the creator of Death Note.
Oh, there you go.
So I at least gave it a chance. And I'm gonna.
What? Dude, the creator of Death Note made something that was horrible? I didn't even know the creator of Death Note made another show. Are there other shows that we can take a look at? Dude, that's crazy. How is the guy who came up with Death Note capable of producing something that's crap?
Finish it just because I've already watched so much of it, but it's not good. But one thing that really was like drove home this idea of what is the point of making the characters kids is there's a spoilers coming up, I guess, but I don't think you should watch it, so I wouldn't really worry about spoilers. I'm doing you a favor, if anything. One of the main bad guys is a kid. He's a middle schooler, and he has the ability to control the minds, basically, of anyone he shoots with an arrow, and he uses the arrow on a middle school girl. And she gets shot with this love arrow, and what she does is she just starts fucking other middle school girls.
Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah. Why though? Why is this for, like, why are we making these kids? Make that character an adult. Now it's uncomfortable and I would stop watching that show.
And they'd show her, like, almost fully nude, making out with middle school girls about to fuck them, finger blast them, you know, go wild. It shows you that in the show.
The creator of Death Note? What? Oh my god, what a fall from grace.
And it's super weird because they keep driving home this idea constantly that that is a middle schooler. She is 13 or 14, whatever, years old. They even in the show, they call her the middle school serial killer because she's a middle schooler, and after she fucks the girls, she kills them. It's just super
God.
creepy because they are establishing that this is a child that we almost watch have sex with another child in the show. Now, of course,
Yeah, and so why is that okay? Why is that okay? What everybody should be doing is stop watching that show. It's not okay. Check their hard drives. The creator too.
it's all cartoons. It's sorry, can't use the C word here when talking about anime. People get very upset. It is
I learned about that in recent years, that cartoons and anime were different things. And yeah, people get really defensive over that. But the thing is too, you also have a lot of like people who are like, you know, the people who just automatically look down upon you if you watch anything anime related. Typically a Stranger Things fan, they don't understand that they would actually like anime shows, you know, but they come from all walks of life, right? But then they go, oh yeah, is that the cartoon you like? Is that the cartoon you like to watch? And then it like becomes insulting, you know?
a 2D animation. I understand they're not real kids or anything, but that doesn't make it any less creepy. It could have just easily been avoided if these were adults, because they could have been. Again, in Platinum End, the school doesn't have any effect at all. The only thing the school has done is establish that the main character's been bullied. But he could have also just been an adult who had been bullied throughout his entire life in school.
I was literally just about to say that. If for the school, make it a coffee shop. Make it, if for something like Code Geass, how about a secret base instead of school? Why is it always school? And I feel like it'd just be better, man. It'll be a lot better to have an adult like with some taking care of like some world-ending consequences or something like that, you know?
School. I don't think there's been a single scene in this entire show that has been at the school other than at the very front where he was hiding in the background. So them being in school is useless because it is never a part of the actual show. Them being 14 and 15. They could just be adults and it wouldn't be weird. You could have adult characters instead of kids doing these adult things, these sexual things, you know? And I'm not saying every single
And isn't it sad? Isn't it weird that it's normalized? Why do people watch, like, these shows are majorly popular. Like, that would make me stop watching immediately, just like I spoke about with Clockwork Planet. I'm not watching a show like that. It's disgusting.
anime has to be like 40-year-old grizzled war veterans for characters or anything. But there's a lot of shows where them being kids is just a completely useless plot
I would say it's the majority of shows that I've seen, at least.
point, and because it doesn't actually play a role in the plot. Them being kids doesn't matter, like the two examples I just gave you. But then there are shows where it does matter that they're kids. Something like Assassination Classroom, right? There are kids in class. They're at school. The majority of
What the hell is Assassination Classroom? Dude, some of the titles for these shows are so weird.
that show takes place in a school setting. So obviously there's still a lot of shows where them being kids is actually important to the story and couldn't work with them being older. So I'm not saying everything in anime needs to be adults only. That's just called hentai, I suppose. I'm just saying there's a lot of shows where the characters are kids just because they wanted to make them children for no reason, but then they still want them to like fucking things, which makes it really uncomfortable to watch.
So don't watch it. I can't believe that people get away with this so often, that shows keep getting produced where they have kids doing these types of things, or, and now I know exactly what lolly means, or lolly characters. Why that's the thing that's been allowed is beyond me. Check their hard drives again.
Because they could have just made them adults. I've said that like 20 times by now, but there are really just so many shows where I'll sit there and watch it and I'm like, damn, this is a good show. And then it's like, but why are they kids? What was the point? What did that add to this? I just don't really get it.
And it's a lot easier too, because if you're like a kid watching a show of an adult, then it doesn't matter. You can like look, not necessarily look up to the adult, but it's still easier to digest.
It's just my main thing I don't like about anime. It's not like I'm over here, you know, slapping a Bible and saying we gotta ban anime because think of the kids or whatever. But it is weird. Like, it is just kind of embarrassing. But yeah, I just wanted to toss this out there. It's not like I'm canceling my Crunchyroll subscription. I'm burning my manga and destroying.
Hey, you know what? No matter what, dude, anime shows are still on top right now. I have never experienced better storytelling. Like, off the top of my head, man, Better Call Saul, one of the best story told shows ever. And it still has nothing on it, something like Attack on Titan.
Anime Blu-rays or anything like that. I'm still gonna keep watching anime. The fucking Jujutsu Kaisen movie is one of my most anticipated movies that I can even think of. I'm super hyped for that. I just wanted to at least put this out there, just because I've been thinking about it since I've been watching that garbage Platinum End.
So why are you still watching it? I thought it was a good video, man. There was something that I wanted to react to because, like I said at the beginning of the video, that thing has been on my recommended for years at this point. Years, even like, do I want to say it was before I started watching anime? Because I started watching anime somewhere around 2020. So yeah, maybe not. But you get my point. Like, it's just been on my YouTube feed. It would just show up and show up and show up and show up. So I thought, why not make a reaction video to it? We talk a lot about anime on this channel, so I'd love to know what you guys think. I think that you just need to check all their hard drives, even the creators of those things. But let me know what you think down below, guys. If you want to continue with some reaction content, why don't you check out a video right here? I'd love to have you over there. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Take care, everybody.